All right, welcome back to Sweden. Today's the day we start installing some of the mods. So getting ready to jack up the car. We're going to start with the back first and replace the back springs. 35mm lowering springs and stops. Very important that you order the stops so when it bottoms out you still have a lowering bottoming point. So the whole point behind this project is to bring down the center of gravity in the car. It's very top heavy. So yeah, I run this quite a bit on the track, and we want to improve the handling, and we want to make it look good too. Get rid of some of this air gap here. So in addition to 35mm lowering springs front and back, we're going to increase the stance 26mm total on the front, and then 30mm total on the back. So we're going to have a lower center of gravity and a wider stance, hoping to improve the handling. So let's get started by jacking up the back. We'll do the back first. That should be the easy side, and then turn the car around, do the front. That'll be a little bit more demanding, I think. I've got the spring compressor, and yeah, we'll give it a couple hours to get the job done. So yeah, stand by. Okay, we got the car off the ground, which wasn't easily done. Take the wheels off. And I like to put the wheel under the car just as an extra layer of protection. So okay, so now the next step, I think, because I've never done this before, would be to take the shock off both sides. Maybe just take one end of the shock off. So we'll take maybe the lower end of the shock off here on both sides. That'll drop the swing arm down, and then we should be able to just pull the spring right out, and then pull the stoppers right out and put it back together. This is probably a hour job at the most. All right, we've got the bolt out. The shock is loose. You may want to just loosen this so it's able to pivot, and we'll do the same to the other side, and then should be able to pull the springs out. Okay, so I've got the swing arm supported by the jack here. Both shocks are free, so now we should be able to lower this down, and you can see the spring is separating from the chassis, and that's all the way down. So not far enough. We may have to pull down on it to pull these out. And there's one. Good. And the stopper should just pull right out, like so. And let's get the other one out here. There's the second one. So the compressed part of the spring is the upside, and then the stopper comes out easily enough. Okay, the new stops go in. You can see how important it is to order the aftermarket stops. There's quite a bit of extra travel there that you might lose if you don't. So we'll pop these stoppers back in. Hopefully that'll go in nicely. Maybe a little grease or some kind of oil or something. Yep, that doesn't want to go in. Okay, the stops are in. You want to make sure you hear that nice little pop, that little sweet spot that it's in. And we put these rubber grommets back on top of the spring from the originals. I hope that's correct. Can't imagine why not. And we'll just slide this in. And now I'm not so sure which way this should sit. Maybe it just finds itself. There are no grooves. I mean, there's a groove, but there is no stop for the end of the spring. So I guess in any position should work. Okay, I was wrong. There is a groove for the edge of the spring to sit in. It has to sit in that groove right there. So just be mindful of that. So we'll just jack it up with the jack. Put the shocks back into place. Put the wheels on and the spacers, and that's it, man. This is like an hour job once you get everything together. If you've done this a number of times, you could knock it out in 15 minutes, I guess. Alright, that should work. Cool. Hi. Hello, little doggy. Hello, little. You looking for Turbo, huh? Should I go get Turbo? Jag pratar med hunden. Hello, söt lilla doggy. What's going on, little guy? Hey, do. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Oh yeah. Let's try to take off these little guides. I had to set the e-brake so the hub wouldn't spin. These come out easy enough. Maybe not. I miss the days of having snap-on tools. So we're just gonna get the rust off here. I don't drive the car in the winter time, but it still accumulates a little rust obviously from the rain. So we'll clean that up a bit, wipe it down, and then it wouldn't hurt to put a little copper paste on here, which I'm almost out of, but this can't hurt, huh? So we're just gonna run these down till it stops. Feels right now. So good. That's it. Spacers are in place. So I'll do the other side, and then I'm gonna wash the inside of the wheels, the part that you can never get to when you wash the car normally. But since the wheels are off, I'm gonna go ahead and scrub those wheels out. All right, for the final step, well, not quite. The final step would be letting the car down and admiring your work, but just put the lug nuts on here. Now these are extended, obviously, because the spacers are, so let's hope it keeps the wheels on. Let's hope these are strong. I don't know if these are motorsport rated or not. I don't run the car that hard. I mean, I do track days, you know, and Nürburgring. Now, I don't have a torque wrench. I've been meaning to get one. So I'll be real gentle about tightening these up and just use my instinct. Try to get it as even as possible. Well, there it is. Look at that. Haha. A noticeable difference on the stance. It comes out just a little bit beyond the fender well. Just barely. And definitely in the front. Wow, nice. Here's the front that hasn't been done yet. And as far as the ride height, not much difference. But that's to be expected. The springs are gonna, yeah, it's already better, but from what I understand, it's gonna take some working in for the springs to relax a little bit, fall into place, and then it should be good. All right, that's it for today. Backs are done. Spring change, bump stops, 15mm spacers done. The fronts are gonna have to wait. That'll be another video, so look forward to that. From Sweden, lost in Sweden. See you next time. Bye.